Hello everybody, I hope you're all well. We'll just wait for Manami to join us and then we'll get going with tonight's Lash Chat Live. Oh, she's here already. Let's get her in. Oh, everyone's here. Hi Ariane. Hi Monica. Hi Becky. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah. Let me
How are
see.
you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good, good.
Right, so welcome everybody to tonight's Lash Chat Live. I hope you're all well this evening. Tonight we're joined by Manami. And you're in London, aren't you, Manami?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
So we're going to be talking to everyone tonight a little bit about age and eye styling and a few other things. If everybody could give us a thumbs up to make sure they can hear both myself and Manami and that you can see both of us okay, that would be great before we begin. We'll just see if everyone can hear and see us. Yep, they can see us. That's always a good start. So,
Very good.
Manami, before we
Yes.
begin, I just want to
Yes.
start by introducing you. So, if you could tell everyone that's watching a little bit about yourself, how you have found yourselves in the lash industry, and a little bit about you.
Yes. Oh, somebody said I'm a bit blurry. Let me just come.
Oh, Ariane said it's not working for her.
Okay.
Can everyone see myself and Manami? Manami, you are a little bit blurry. I'm not sure if it's Wi-Fi or... I think the signal's not great tonight. Let's see if we can
I
get
just
Manami
cut off my
back.
Wi-Fi. Let me see.
Oh, that's
Is that
better.
better? It's 4G
I think
now.
so, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, can everyone see us clearly? Let's just make sure everyone can see us. Give us a thumbs up again if you can see Manami clearly now. Yep, Yuri saying yes. Can everybody see us? I can hear and see both fine. Perfect.
Good.
That's better.
4G better.
It's much better now.
Yeah?
Wi-Fi is a nightmare at the moment, isn't it?
Oh, wow. Yeah, of course. My husband watching Netflix, of course.
It's always the men. So Manami, tell us
Yes.
a little bit about yourself and your background.
Of course, yes. Hi. Hi, everyone. So, yes, my name is Manami. I'm originally from Japan. Lived here about, this is my 13 years already.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a co-director of Manami Lash, and I am a Flawless Lashes by Loretta London trainer. Yes,
Yeah.
that's about it. I'm
And
still a
how long have
working
you been
lash
in
tech.
the... Yeah, that's good because some people aren't these days, are they? But how long have you been a lash technician, Manami?
That's a good question. Probably the first time I qualified would be like 8 years ago, but I didn't
Yeah.
lash like regularly then. Maybe last
Mm-hmm.
six, 5, 6 years. Yeah, constantly lashing.
5, 6 years. Okay. And how are you coping and how is Manami Lash coping with COVID-19 and lockdown?
Well, so first, yeah, when we first heard that we have to lock down, obviously we got rent to pay, you know, like everyone, we were just so panicked. But as the day go along, we find out all the situation with the government help and everything. We just have to live like this for now. So I just kind of started to relax in a bit and started to sort of thinking about my health, try to calm down, relax a bit. Just started to tick in the to-do list that I always, wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I haven't really thought about, you know, reopening, how we reopen as yet, but we're
Mm-hmm.
just waiting for the updates.
And how many staff have you got now? Because you've got quite a few, a big team now, haven't you?
We are 5 of us now.
Mm-hmm. And are all your
Hmm.
staff employed or are they self-employed?
Just me and Chica employed as a director, and the rest of them freelancer.
freelancing. So you haven't had to furlough anyone?
No.
No, that's good. So let's talk a little bit, Manami, about before we go into Asian eye styling. I want to talk a little bit about competitions. The first time I met you was, I think I was competing next to you at Lash
I
Battle.
seriously don't remember. Your sister told me about it, but I can't remember.
Oh, I know. I remember I was sat next to you, and I was like, I'm sat next to Manami competing. And I think Julia, it was one of the last competitions that Julia did as well, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, that was our last Lash Battle.
Yeah. So you competed in a lot of competitions, didn't you, that year? Was that the one you did quite a few?
Yes, I think so. That 2 years, we competed quite a lot in one go. Yeah.
Yeah. And you've competed in both international and UK, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
So how do you find competing when you're competing internationally? Do you think it's more tricky?
It was more tricky, but I think, well, I didn't know anything about competition. I thought that's how it is, you know. But nowadays, we got more information in advance, so you kind of people get obviously nervous about it. But then I didn't know anything about it, so I just, I can't take my model. I just go by myself. Didn't know Yulia was coming. So Yulia in Poland, I was like, well, so didn't know anything seriously, and yeah, that back then it was normal, but yeah, everybody these days more prepared for Lash competition.
So nowadays you're doing more judging than competing, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And you've
Yes.
been judging a lot of international and UK-based competitions and a lot of online things as well.
Yes, yes.
So going back to when we are allowed to compete again and when we are allowed to go back to work, what advice could you give to someone that's maybe thinking about competing internationally?
Internationally, well, first of all, just find out, because a lot of live competition has been postponed or cancelled. So you just have to find the one that you can actually make it. Probably it's going to be all next year.
Yeah.
As far as I know, a lot of live competition has gone cancelled. So just if don't wait to just, enter it. Just enter it, then you make your you practice for it. Don't wait till the very last and you're not sure if you should join or not. No, just go for it and just practice for it and know your level. You have to know your level. Take a picture, compare with your favorite work or favorite master's work. What is different? What can you improve? I think by knowing our on skill level is really important.
Yeah, no, definitely. And if you're competing live, you wouldn't take your own model? Because some people do take their models, don't they?
Yeah, these days quite a lot, I think. Yeah. I never actually travel with my model for international one, although I think the last battle I saw you, I think one of my model was random model, because I couldn't find anybody.
No, I think it was because I remember having a conversation with you and I was sat with my model and you were saying, I don't even know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know what I'm going to style. So you just go ahead and do it, don't you?
Yes.
No, I think it's nice because you have competed internationally, I think it's nice to discuss about, I know we can't compete now, but I think that going forward in the future, when we are allowed to compete again and when there are live competitions, I think there's a lot of lash artists out there that have done the online competitions, maybe competed live in the UK and are then looking to branch to going abroad. So I think there's a lot of competitions in there's Sweden, Estonia, Amsterdam, isn't there? There are a lot of reachable competitions for us when they are released again. And I think it's nice to be able to give some people some advice. So you'd say prepare your work, practice on models. If you can take your own model, then take them with you. But
consider if you can afford it as well, because obviously you have to pay for all the costs. But I think Yuri maybe watching Checo has taken her model to Amsterdam. Yuri arranged one in Amsterdam. So she tried to find a model on Instagram randomly,
Really?
back in Amsterdam,
That's a
and
good
try to,
idea.
yeah, build a relationship. Started to talking. I think she saw her that night before, so we
To
kind
style.
of prepared. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a good idea.
Yeah,
So she
because
just found a
it's
model
sometimes hard.
randomly.
Yeah,
That's really
on
clever though, because
Instagram,
if you even if you see someone the night before a competition,
it's a
it
big
helps
difference.
than on the day
Yeah,
because you can then
yeah.
plan.
Mm-hmm.
What about if you're competing internationally? Things like adhesive. How do you work? Because obviously what might work with you at home may not work when
Mm-hmm.
you're abroad. What would you advise
Mm.
with that?
I think I would take couple,
Mm,
definitely. But still, sometimes it's just not going to be perfect. But at least you have a choice,
mm,
Once I compete in the very hot, like, I don't know what it was. It was really hot room. It was like 29 degrees. It was really, really hot, but everybody else was same. So, but at
mm.
least I've got a couple glue that to play with.
Yeah.
Nothing helped them, but just for your mind, you just kind of have to relax.
Yeah, I suppose it's definitely better to do a few competitions locally first before you go
Mhm.
abroad because it's a lot more
Mhm.
pressure when you travel abroad for a
Mhm.
competition.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So let's move on to Asian eye styling. The reason I got you on here this evening, I
Mhm.
wanted to discuss this with you because I think it's still a styling that people find tricky, and don't necessarily know, or they're not taught how to style Asian eyes. They know maybe the theory, but I think
Mhm.
when you're doing it on a day-to-day basis, you
Yeah.
definitely pick up definitely more tips and tricks.
Yeah.
We have had one question come through on Instagram for
Yeah.
tonight's live, and they asked which curl is best to use other than L curl for monolid.
For monolid.
So let's first
Definitely.
explain. Some people may not know what monolid is. So let's first talk about that and then talk about the curl.
Okay, so the monolith is very, very heavy skin. So no crease, no hold. So I don't have monolith because you can see the little crease here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the monolith usually, appearance wise, they look very heavy, very small eye,
Mm-hmm.
and their lashes usually grow straight down because
Mm-hmm.
the skin is actually
Pushing
very
them down,
heavy.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the lash line is really deeply inside
Mm-hmm.
the eyes. So you'd definitely have to put stronger curl,
Mm-hmm.
also a little longer.
Mm-hmm. So in
Hmm.
regards to using something that's not an L, would you use an L for a monolid, or what would you recommend if you had a monolid client come in?
L definitely works, but we don't really stock whole range of alcohol at Salon because it's just not that popular in our place. Decal is a lot more popular. Decal with the volume lashes is a lot, obviously lighter. It gives the curlier effect because it's
Mm-hmm.
not pushing it down.
Yeah.
Also nice flat lashes would do a good job too.
Okay. So if you're using a decal on a monolid, you have
Hmm.
to add more length because otherwise will it touch the heavy the lid? So what sort of length? Obviously it depends on your client, but how would you work out length then if you need to add a lot more?
Okay, so sometimes the 12 or 13 doesn't even look like 12 or 13 on monolith. So, well, it depends on the client. So we don't sometimes even know. So we kind of started to apply 11, 12 quite early, like, in a
Mm-hmm.
corner, starting quite long, and let them open their eyes to see if it's showing. It's really
Mm-hmm.
important because it's so hard to judge without them opening eyes. Because some girls, some monolith is really goes really deep inside, so it's like 2-3 milli looks a lot shorter than actual length is. So that's the reason you have to be careful with the weight. So you can't
Mm.
really put the very thick one or the big volume.
So you'd go for a lighter weight but a longer length,
Yeah.
and then a decal. So with Asian eye styling, Manami, talk us through the different type of Asian eyes that you can get? Because there's more than just one. There's not just a monolid, as we would say. Like you say, you haven't got that styling, you've got more of a crease. So talk us through the different types of Asian eyes that we can see.
Okay, so my eye, it's easy to probably start. When I open my eye, you can see the crease, right? And I just put mascara on for this. But I think you can still see my root when you look at my front. So this is, we call it double crease because I have a fold and you can see the lash line. In this type of eyes, it's so easy to style with. You can just, B curl would work B curl, C curl would look C curl on them. So the most of the Asian eyes have crease, so you don't need to use alcohol. Does it make sense? On my type of eye, it would look very
too much. It would open them too much. Okay.
Yeah.
So with what you call a double crease, you've got a crease here and you can see the root of the lash line. You would just style as you would normally for that client. You don't need to then add anything dramatic. You don't need to use that L curl. Okay, so then what's the next one within the Asian eye?
So next one, so either half from here to midway, monolid, and from halfway out is double crease.
Okay.
Or very narrow, like this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's difficult to explain. Like this. Can you see? Now
so
crease is gone.
Yeah, so where you've got a mono here, so where you've got one lid almost here, and then it goes into a double crease.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes, so the halfway from the inner to center would look shorter than the halfway outer. So it means you might have to do like a reverse cap to kind of balance it.
To counterbalance it, So what would you do in that case? So if you're doing a reverse cap, would you stick to the same curl, or would you then change and play around with curl?
Yeah, play with the curl. If the inner to middle is really heavy, I would do maybe curlier, but shorter to the outer, because this bit will show length and curl a lot more than the inner part.
So with that style, what sort of lengths would you start the inner on, and then would you end on the outer?
Let's say like I've done it on someone. I actually started with the decal 11 here. Well, I put obviously shorter here, but decal 11 here. Then I move it down to decal 10, 9, 8. So on the map, it looks so strange.
Yeah, but then on the eye,
but on the eye, it lifts up like that.
Yeah, it's really interesting, I think, because I think to know the different shapes and styles is really important, because so often I think the first time that I spoke to you about Asian eyes, I said, oh, let's talk about L curl, and you're like, well, actually you don't really need to use L curl. But it's a misconception that a lot of lash artists think that I've got an Asian eye client coming in and I must use my L curl on them, but it's not the case, is it?
L curl is good. It really works for monolid, especially those who has really grow and downwards lashes. It works perfect. But at the same time, I don't know if the effect is what client wants.
Yeah, because it's still quite a harsh and sharp look, isn't it?
Yeah, so I don't know if you heard of like LC, LD curl. So the bonding part is very straight, but the curl is a lot more like nicer curve than the L.
Yeah, because an L curl is more like this, isn't it?
Exactly.
Whereas an LC has more of a, it's still got this
curl.
Angle, hasn't it? And
Exactly. Yeah, so the bonding part is really good for that. That's what we need, because it's so hard to apply the lashes like that,
Yeah, and then you've got a curl. Yeah. I suppose the retention as well wouldn't be great with that angle. So do you use, you say you don't use too much of the L curl in salon, do you use more LC and LD or L plus?
To be honest, we don't.
You still don't? No?
We don't. Yeah, we don't. Still the favorite curl in our salon is C curl.
C curl, yeah. I think it's going to be C is always a good favourite, isn't it? But I think it does give a soft look and still natural. I think you're right. Clients, just because they've got their heavier lid, they still don't want that sharp look to their lashes.
It's too dramatic for them.
Yeah. So I always remember, and it sticks in my head when you say that. Do you remember when you were talking about the Lash Social about creating magic where you pop the crease?
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay, so this is my opinion. So heavy double eyelid, I call it. So if there is no crease whatsoever, then for me it's really hard to create the magic. But if the client has got a tiny bit of like line there,
yeah,
which potentially we can push it back in,
yeah,
then we can do a little magic. In this case, we need to make sure that the length will reach the
height, yeah.
And for me, it didn't work with the classic. It didn't work with the hybrid. For most of the cases, I'd have to go for volume.
Yeah,
because it create more of the density and it pushes the skin back
the skin back with the weight. But see, I did this with classic and it worked. The
it worked.
I sent
So
you,
maybe she didn't have much like heavy eyelid here.
She was a more mature client, so I think where she'd lost elasticity here, I think it enabled it to. But I definitely think that it works. That if they've got that slight line or faint line, yeah, but it does give them then a crease. It almost pops it, doesn't it, by giving them the lashes.
But you need to put the quite good length for it
to go on. So when doing their lashes for an Asian client, obviously you need to take back the lids, don't you, to help to. Do you take the lids back or not?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll take back so then I can see the true length of the lashes if they've got a heavy mono lid. How much length would you say you need to apply more than what you would normally?
To create the magic?
Well, just in general, and then to create the magic.
To create the magic, I definitely have to put more than I think it should be sometimes. But I just have to adjust it with the volume. This is all about calculation because if you put less volume, then magic won't happen. The skin is too heavy to be pushed back. So for magic to happen, it's all about test and error, to be honest with you. One lady I did, it didn't work with the max 11, but it worked with the 12. But 13 was a bit too much. Does it make sense? So it's always test and error, even for me. But to be honest, the map wise, the amount that I put the longest part is quite large area.
So you do the longest length you do over a larger area on the map. So
because I need extension help to push the skin in.
Yeah. So from the whole of the iris, would you say you have your max length,
or even before that,
even slightly more?
It depends, but here is more difficult to lift than here.
What would you say is the most common mistake you see in Asian eye styling when you see photos online?
Definitely definitely the main focus you would notice is the lashes, not actually the client. So lash more pop out than actually the person. So for me, the beauty of Asian eye styling is the lashes that blends into their features, and not that lashes just walking, doing their own thing. So they put definitely too long lashes, too curly lashes, too much volume. That just doesn't suit their eyes. It's just my opinion, but yeah.
Less is more.
Less is more. Play with the curl. They love long lashes though, but yeah.
Everyone loves long lashes though, don't they?
Yeah.
And in regards to the amount of lashes that you have as an Asian eye client, what they have different amount of lashes, don't they? Slightly less.
Yes, yes.
So we need to create wider fans, would you say?
Yeah, yes, you can. Yeah, you can. To be honest, with classic is really popular.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. In my salon probably. But yeah, if I I'm not a fan of massive like a wide fans. I
Mm.
quite like the standard. I prefer narrow, but I can't use narrow because it shows the gap. So I
Yeah,
would
because they've got
say,
more.
yeah, I would say not wide, but the standard looks a bit wider side.
A little bit wider to create
Yeah.
density.
hmm
Merlin's on here and she said very fine hairs sometimes as well. Would you say the lashes are finer than normal?
Yes, yes, some are, yeah. But I find it they're really strong though.
Yeah, still
They
strong.
look they look weak, but they always comes back with a lot left as well.
Yeah. I think definitely when I saw you, I think the game changer for me is that with the monolid, when a client lays down, you'll look at her natural lashes and maybe her natural lashes are say an 8 or maybe a 9 or something. Normally on a normal client, you'd put like a 10 or an 11 max. But when you said to me, add more than what you think, I had the next client that came to me, I was like, oh, I don't want to put too long on. But honestly, I added on. So I did what you said and I started longer. I think I put like maybe 11 here and then went longer. But then when she opened her
It
eyes,
shows.
it only looked like a 9 or a 10. It didn't look long as well. But it's
Yeah, because
because
it
of
goes
the,
really in.
yeah, it goes in. So there's definitely you definitely need to add more length when it comes to Asian eye styling, I think, just to
Not
be able
on
to,
me.
not on you, not if they've got the double crease.
Yeah, so I usually wear probably 9 these days, up
Yeah,
to 9, and they still show quite long because my lashes quite
you're more
curly.
upturned. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
your natural lashes are more upturned, aren't they?
Yeah,
More so
I
than
usually
mine.
wear
Mine are
B curl,
straight.
B curl. Are you?
Yeah,
What do you wear?
I like a CC.
Hmm. For me, CC would be,
Yeah, I've not got any lashes on, but I normally have a CC. It's so much better on me. But I do need more of a slightly
yeah,
more of a curl because my lashes are
yeah.
quite straight. But
Mm-hmm,
yours
mm-hmm.
definitely are more upturned.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you just style your eyes as you would normally.
yeah.
Yeah,
But this bit always flick really out, which I
yeah,
don't really like.
yeah,
So I really like shorter hair.
yeah. So more of a squirrel than a cat eye.
Whatever they do, it always looks like cat eye because of my eye shape.
Yeah,
So probably reverse cat would suit me most because
yeah.
I
Becoming
kind of
longer
wanted to
here.
balance it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I wanted to talk to you as well about the Lash Queen competitions. So
Thank
this
you.
is something you've been creating for more. Was it for for Japan, or it's worldwide,
The
isn't it?
yeah, first edition was for Japanese people to get their work judged by international judges because they, with the language barrier, it's hard for them to compete in international. But we made it international as an international competition from last edition.
Hmm.
So yes, so everybody can join.
Yeah, and have you got one running at the moment, or have you not launched a new
We
one?
are going to launch it soon, in this month,
Yeah.
which is hopefully going to be done by November.
No, so you'll announce the winners
The
in
deadline.
November.
Yeah, yeah, sorry.
And what categories will you be offering?
So we have classic and volume, 3D to 5D,
Hmm.
lash lift, and top and bottom.
Top and bottom.
Yeah, so the full set.
The full look. I
Lash
like
Queen
that.
set.
Lash Queen set. Oh, I like that. That will be good. I'm loving seeing Yuri's work on lower lashes as well. I'm excited
Oh,
for that.
yes.
And her husband. How good is a model as her husband?
Yeah. Obviously, in lockdown, she doesn't have anybody else to practice on.
But he's such a good model. His
Yeah,
lashes are
he's
really good, aren't they?
beautiful, beautiful.
Good lashes. Well
Yes.
done, Yuri, if you're still watching. I'm loving the lower lash work. And another thing I wanted to go on about are
Hmm.
these.
Oh yes, tweezers.
Your lovely
Thank you.
tweezers. I'm still really liking these isolation tweezers. I
Oh,
think they're
thank
really
you.
cool. So these are titanium, aren't they? Are they really lightweight?
I think so. I think you got the light one? I can't remember. I've
I
got
think they
two.
are. They're really
Yeah,
light compared to
light.
my other
Then
ones.
yes, yes.
So talk to us about these isolation tweezers, Manami.
Oh yeah, that's something that I've been using for years. That I bought it first time in Japan. I just been loving it, and I never find one in here, so I just have to bring it over. Ask the factory to make it for me.
No, I love them. So in regards to what's going to be going on with yourself after lockdown, what are your plans going back to work? You haven't got that many, you've already said, but you're going to be focusing on building up your clients or trainings first.
Well, client. We're gonna serve the clients first, obviously. Yes. But I don't know. I haven't even thought about it. Definitely clients first, because I'm not sure. As I saw your post of reducing the treatment beds,
Yeah.
we might have to think that. We
Mm.
haven't talked about it, but we might have to come to the, yeah, that could be the answer for us
Is
because
that the
we have
setup?
four
Is
beds.
that the setup that you've got at the moment? So how many
Yeah,
beds have you got in one room?
four.
For it's hard, isn't it? Because someone said to
Mm,
me about reducing the beds, so that's why I put
hmm.
the post up, because you could almost have one open and close a bed and then have another one open.
Yeah,
And then
makes sense.
someone else said about putting screens in between, but have you got
Hmm.
space to then put screens in between?
We've got cartons there already.
Yeah.
Screen, maybe no, because we squeeze the extra bed now to make it four and
Yeah.
then lock down.
Yeah. Yeah, it is tricky, isn't it, knowing what way and how we're going to come back. But I suppose we
Mm,
have to just be guided by the government, don't we, in terms of
yeah,
what we're allowed to do.
yes.
I can't see us being able to go back until they release the social distancing rule, though.
Exactly, because how are we gonna do that?
Magic the lashes on. I'm going to do your lashes. Yeah. And just hope it
Yeah.
lands correctly.
Mm-hmm. So
Oh,
yeah, I don't know.
it is tricky.
It is
And so,
tricky.
have you seen all the hype at the moment about strip lashes?
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys had a try? Is it something that you're going to be
I don't
experimenting
think
with?
none of our team done it. I think nobody asked for it.
No.
Yeah, but for yeah, okay, me, I'm not a creative person. I'm not a person doing like this. I hope no, I'm not. But some of the girls in my team did the volume fun art,
Yeah.
color lash art. Yeah, that's about it. We
On the,
haven't
did they
done
do
this.
it? Did they do it on the sponge? That
Yes,
one.
they have, yeah.
Oh, is that's finished, hasn't it? Has that been announced?
Oh no, no, they haven't entered a competition. They just did it.
Oh, because there was the sponge art competition, wasn't there? I think where they were
Yes,
doing.
yes, yeah, I saw that.
So you're judging for us, aren't you, for the Lash Social?
Oh, it
Have
was
you
made.
have you
I've judged.
have you done all your judging already? I haven't
Mhm.
opened up the emails yet. So did you find the categories good? What was you judging? I can't
Uh,
remember.
Mature.
Mature. It was good, wasn't it?
It
There was
was really fun. It was fun
yeah.
to judge.
It's
It was really,
refreshing,
really
isn't
good.
it?
Yeah,
It's
it is
really
definitely,
what
definitely.
what do you think about the mature categories making it in competitions?
I think, I think it's one of the. It's so exciting to, you know. I was so excited to see the judging because sometimes judging get kind of like
The same.
say, say. But I can't wait to see the like before and after picture. It was just it's
Refreshing.
not only about the actual skill, but also about how us as a technician make the client look so beautiful. It was
Mm.
just so good. It was so fun to judge.
What I found tricky with organising it was people
Hmm.
were saying to me with the over 50s category, because it was actually, I can't remember who it was, but someone wrote me a message on the Lash Social
Yeah.
and she said, have you thought about doing this category? And I was like, no. but now I am. And she gave me the idea to run the over 50s because I was thinking about doing a male lash or doing an L category, but I thought it's been done. And when she wrote to me and said about the 50 plus, because she said that a lot of her clients were more mature, and so she feels bad that it's almost frowned upon to use a more mature model in a normal volume, isn't it? Because they say use young, symmetrical model for your work. And I think it's so refreshing. But what I found difficult is people were saying to me, are you going to do it with volume or classic? And I was thinking, with a mature client, it's difficult because sometimes classic would suit more and sometimes volume. So that's why we made it more like they could choose, couldn't they? So what were your thoughts on that? Did you like the fact that they could choose classic or volume? Was it hard to judge?
No, I don't. No, because certain clients definitely need a volume to give it effect, right? Whereas some people has got a really nice shape of eye that it just literally have to enhance their natural beauty. So it's definitely lash artist's choice. Yeah, I think you did good that you didn't actually give them the volume or classic. It's just their choice to do it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was all about styling, really.
Yeah, definitely.
It is a shame though we didn't get more with the mature. We did get quite a few come in for the mature category, but I would have liked more. But because of lockdown, obviously over 50, you're then coming into the. You have to be careful because they can't come out in lockdown.
That's right. Yeah.
High risk. So unfortunately, that was the category that took a bit of a hit with entries, but. All the other entries we had loads, but there was still quite a few, wasn't there?
Yeah, I seriously enjoyed a lot. I'll do it again, seriously. I was like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Fun to see. Yeah.
Okay, so is there anything else that you can talk to us about this evening, Manami, when it comes to Asian eye styling, or do you think we've covered the basics that you can help with everyone on?
I think so. I think consult with the client is really, really important when it comes to Asian eye as well. Obviously we all do consultation, but I try to find out what they are looking for, or if we have to give a big magic, or they are happy with what, how their eyes are, then I don't have to, You
don't have to do too much.
Because that would make them feel uncomfortable with what they get.
Yeah, I think it's really important as well to step out of your comfort zone as well. And like you say, reverse cat eye and really, really get to grips with the different shapes within the Asian eye shapes that you can get. Because like Manami said, there isn't just one Asian eye style, and not every Asian client has a mono lid. There are, like you say, so you've sort of named it, the double crease. And then what was the one you said when it was the half and half?
Semi-double.
Semi-double, but it makes sense though, doesn't it? It does make sense, because the only ever terminology that I was taught when it came to learning Russian volume and classic was mono, really. That was the only thing that I was taught. So it was always with this eye style, which is more common in the Asian community, you do this, or you use a stronger L curl, whereas it's not the case. You don't have to, and not every Asian client has that mono lid. So I think
L getting popular in Japan. I've seen quite a few girls using the L curl, but in classic.
What about M curl?
I never actually tried it. Flawless Lashes just launched one, so I can't wait to try them. So I think I would love that, because I don't really like the curl, but I like the lift. So yeah, I'd love to try that.
Something else, I spoke to it briefly with Frankie Widows a couple of nights ago on this, that I am also seeing a lot on Asian eye styling, and I actually shared a lady's work on our page, is the woven lashes or mermaid lashes. So it's the YY. Have you seen this?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Is this becoming
quite getting popular? It's not that popular in Japan, but some part of Asia it is actually popular.
Yeah. So have you tried the double Y lashes yet? Or
no, never lashes? Actually, never. No. I actually asked one of the supplier about it. They said they can give me, but they can't make it now.
Yeah. And you
with all those COVID, Yes.
Oh. Well, Manami, it's been lovely talking to you tonight. It's been short and sweet, but thank you so much for giving us
Thank
some tips
you.
on Asian eye styling. You're a
Can
star
somebody
as
screenshot
always.
us?
Oh, we can. We'll do yeah. Anyone watching, screenshot for Manami. Smile.
Please tag me.
But all of our videos are available the next day on YouTube, so we'll pop it up on the YouTube. So if you want to take it off of there to share, you can. And anyone that's missed any of our other lives, you can go onto the Lash Social YouTube page and catch up with most of them. The first couple that we didn't record, but from now we do record them. So I'm back tomorrow night talking to, it's the 6th tomorrow, isn't it? So I'm talking to Hannah from London Lash Professional. So that'll be a good conversation to be having and join us with. Right. But Manami, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure. And I hope you all stay safe, and I'll see you all soon. See you later. Bye.
Bye.